Hey, welcome back. So Tony Robbins says, I am not your guru, and I'm here to tell you, I am not your fairy godmother. So if you're here to be rescued, saved, or fixed, this is not the place for you. But let me explain why exactly. The reason being is that you don't need to be rescued, you don't need to be saved, and you certainly do not need to be fixed because you are not broken. And that doesn't mean that there are not specific mindset patterns or habits in your life right now that are destructive and stopping you from achieving what you want. But let me just get to the core of this message straight off the bat. You are not broken. You are a complete, whole person. You do not need to be rescued. You can put on your own life vest and rescue yourself. You can self-empower yourself. And the challenge is if I say, hey, let's sit down. I can tell you exactly what to do. I can fix everything for you. I can fix all your problems. Just like your fairy godmother, wave my wand and ta-da, it's done. And while I know I can do a massive amount in your life, how disempowering is that for you? What happens when I'm gone? Are you back to needing to be rescued by someone else? Are you back to outsourcing your power to someone else? So if that is your mindset, this is not the channel for you. This channel is all about empowering you because you don't need to be fixed. You don't need to be rescued. You don't need to be saved. You're not broken. So there's 3 key things I want to touch on here today. So the first is, whatever situation you're in right now that you're feeling like, I need someone to come in and literally wave their wand for me because it feels so overwhelming. First, just recognize where you're at. I think just having awareness of where you're at and being honest about the situation is step 1. Take your head out of the sand. Stop being the ostrich with their head buried in the sand and not even being willing to look at your actual reality, right? We need radical self-awareness, radical responsibility. And the reason being, the minute you say, okay, I am willing to look at my situation as it is, not worse than it is, but let me just look at it head on. Okay, what am I working with? What do I need to deal with? So that if we get on a call together and I say, hey, what do you want support with? You actually know, right? Because how can you help you? How can anyone help or support you if you're not even willing to look at your own life and look at where you need that support? So that is step 1, radical self-awareness. Look at your situation and take responsibility. Now, it's not to say that others might not be at fault, that others might not be to blame, and all that can be true, right? The government, taxes, inflation, tariffs, all these things are true. It can have led to a very tough situation right now. Bad relationship choices, family dynamics. I've seen and heard it all. But the minute we stop playing victim to our circumstances, and again, it's not to guilt anyone, it's not to make you feel worse about yourself, it's not to say that others are not at fault. I've seen it time and time again. If we stay in victim mentality, if we stay pointing the finger at everyone else, all we are doing is giving away our power of change, giving away our power and our ability to reclaim and redefine our current narrative and create a new reality for ourselves. So please, with all my love, I say this to you as maybe the harsh reality wake-up check or wake-up call that you need is take your head out of the sand, look at your current situation, whatever isn't working, and take radical responsibility for this. This is my life. Things have not worked out as I want them to based on my decisions. I didn't know better then. I know better now, and I'm willing to move forward. If you can get to that point, oh my goodness, you are going to skyrocket towards transformation. But please stop the blame game, stop the victimhood. Take responsibility. Do yourself such a favor and give yourself such a gift of giving yourself the self-love and self-compassion to own your circumstance. Then you can change your circumstance, okay? Now, the second thing is to break the mindset trick that this is what has happened in the past, so nothing can change. This is what is going to happen in the future. The past does not equal the future. I do not care where you have come from, what you have gone through, what you're going to tell me your past circumstances have been. I believe with 100% conviction and truth that your future can be different if that's what you want. It does not matter. In this present moment, right? Eckhart Tolle, the power of now, all of our life force energy, universal power flowing through us is in this moment. We have the power in the now to change. It means our past does not equal our future. Except unless we keep repeating the same patterns, the same habits, the same thinking, right? So if we keep thinking, oh, this happened in the past, this is just who I am, this is just how it is, this is just my bad luck, well then yes, your future is likely going to look very, very similar to your past. But it's not because you're just unforsaken into this awful future and you're destined for failure or misery or disappointment. It's because you've continued the same thinking and the habits that got you into the past, but you can change it. And this is the key thing again, right? As we touched on before, radical responsibility, having an awareness. Okay, my patterns might have got me there. That is okay. All of my power is the now. Now, a great phrase that I learned from a training I did many moons ago, the past doesn't exist, right? So instead of even thinking that like, oh, that's in the past, change the narrative, change the story, change that wording. It's not in the past. If we keep saying things are in the past, your mind literally thinks it's like the beer is in the fridge. Okay, well then your mind is thinking, well, if that was a really bad event and I'm thinking about it and I'm having an emotional reaction to it, whether it's sadness or overwhelm or guilt or shame, if I'm focused on that and I'm having an emotional reaction, it's because my brain thinks it's happening now, right? Our subconscious mind is only ever in the present. This is why visualization works for the future, but it's also working in a destructive way when we're focused on our past and the past negative things, right? So if you're having an emotional reaction because you're focused on something about your past and that this is just how it's going to be, it's because your brain still thinks this is happening and it's happening now. And so I want to go do something about it because it's in the past, it's in the fridge. Go do something, move, take action, but you can't. And so you're sat there thinking about something in the past, thinking this is going to equal your future. Nothing can be done about it. You're having an emotional reaction. You're intensifying the motion and you're going to manifest more of it in the future. And you use that as evidence of, see, the past does equal the future. And it's not the case. You can break that cycle. So really powerful one for me is I started writing on a post-it note, sticking it on my bathroom mirror. The past does not exist. I don't care what they said, right? It could have been hurtful. It could have been annoying. It could have triggered me in all sorts of ways. It does not exist. That circumstance only exists in my mind. There is no place called the past I can go to. Right? And I know this can be a little bit trippy to get, but when you get this in your mind, the past doesn't exist, and even just say it over and over again, right? You free yourself of whatever that is, right? Financial strain, confusion, hurt relationship, wrongdoing, whatever. You free yourself, liberate yourself from that moment and give yourself the ability to tune back into your power, right? Knowing you don't need to be rescued, you don't need to be saved, you don't need to be fixed because you're not broken. Right? The patterns of thinking might be. You can tune back into your now power and like, how do I want it to be? Right? Am I using my visualization technique, the power of my mind, to recreate the stuff that's happened in the past that I don't want? Or am I using my visualization technique to recreate or to create the things I do want? Right? We're all manifesting every single day. We're all visualizing. We're having these fake, made up conversations in our head of what happened in the past and what I should have said and what they should have done and all these things. It's all make-believe in our head, right? Come back to the present moment. The past doesn't exist. There is nothing to be done about it. Your power is in the now. The past does not equal the future unless you allow it to. Make a decision. I am going to start thinking differently. I will fall into the old patterns. Be okay with that. I'm going to fall into the old patterns because they are sticky. And they are like weeds embedded in my mind, but I'm going to catch myself and I'm going to shift my thinking and I'm not going to allow myself be a victim to that anymore. And I'm going to take back my power and tell myself every time the past doesn't exist. The past isn't even there. There is no there to go to. It is just a figment of my imagination now. The past doesn't exist and it does not equal my future. I am in power right now with universal energy, with God, whatever you connect to. And I have the power in this moment to create a new future if I decide to, right? So take back your power. The third thing is you are not broken. If that thought has ever passed your mind, let me just empathize with you for a moment because I know that is not an easy place to be if genuinely in your heart you were beginning to question, Am I just unfixable? Well, let me tell you very lovingly, you are not so unique in this world of billions of people that mindset work and manifestation works for all of them except you, right? You are unique in many other ways, but not in that way. You are not broken. The big you, your soul, your essence, your truth is perfect, perfectly created. What may be broken is the cloak of conditioning that you've been wearing. And when I say broken, it needs an update. It needs an upgrade. So please, if you're there, just start to think, who I am, my true essence is perfect. That is not broken. But maybe, and let's be honest with ourselves, maybe I've been wearing this cloak, right? This heavy coat that in one pocket has a load of beliefs that are not supportive, telling me I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy enough. Maybe that, I didn't grow up from a family of wealth, so I'll never be wealthy. And maybe in the other pocket, it's, stories from parents or past, partners or people in your life telling you you're not good enough. Don't you dare dream big. Who are you to make that happen? And maybe on both shoulders, you're wearing these big shoulder pads that are weighing you down with shame or guilt or self-doubt or lack of forgiveness of self for things that maybe you didn't do right in the past that you wish were different. And so this cloak, and every time I think of it, I just think of this very heavy, gray, dark cloak that we can go around wearing. There is a very big likelihood if you are feeling right now that you are broken, that you're unfixable, that cloak is really stained, dirty, full of beliefs that are not supportive to you. And it is time to look at it very honestly and very radically and go, okay, well, the cloak is broken, not me. If I think I'm broken, there is no solution. If I think my soul, my essence, my truth is perfect, but I've been carrying around this ridiculous cloak for too long, full of stuff that does not support me, it is time to take it off, to put it down. And it will be a step-by-step process. Some of those pockets will be emptied in a heartbeat. Some of those might take a little bit longer to brush off your shoulder. Taking the steps forward, taking action. Take the first step in your own rescuing of whatever situation you no longer want to be in. But when you come from a place of self-awareness and self-empowerment, realizing I am not broken, I do not need to be fixed, but this cloak needs some upgrading. I do not need to be rescued. I can put on my own life vest. I do not need to be saved. I can empower myself and do that. When you come from that place of awareness, then go seek out a mentor or coach or a support or a guide who can take you through processes and can take you through different systems to help you rewire your thinking, can help you shift the way you're looking at yourself, at your situation, can give you strategies to take action on in order to improve your situation. But please, for your own sake, do not go to someone outsourcing your power to them. Do not go to someone outsourcing your ability to recreate your own reality. You are your own point of manifestation, nobody else. The best in the world can give you all the processes and the systems and the guidance and the self-reflection and the self-awareness and create a supportive container for you. But you've got to turn up and be an active member of your own change, of your own transformation. And if you're willing to do that and meet your guide, meet your support, wherever they are, meet them, then go and co-create the most incredible transformation. But doing it from a place of self-empowerment. Now I found the guide that I want to work with, and now I'm going to trust in them, take action, move forward, and be ready to witness the transformation that is available for me. Because just remember, you're not Cinderella stuck in some fairy tale. You don't need some Prince Charming to come in and save you. You don't need some magic to be worked on you to fix you. You are a perfect human being with all the potential in the world, with your own point of power and manifestation and co-creation with the universe. You might have things and experiences and beliefs and mindset and habits that are no longer working for you. And that is perfect to go on a journey to shift them. Now, if you're a woman here watching this and you're looking for a community to really support you in that, do check out The Collective. It's an incredible space for very wealth conscious women. I invite you to go look at that. I'll put the link down below. And if you want to delve deeper into the mindset work, be sure you check out this next video there. I'll see you over there.